hitting early on.
Um,
Living to
so
stop the
PRX.
momentum that PRX have. It's not within its tracks, but it's hard to do against a freight train going at Mach 10 speeds. That's what PRX are playing like. Lights
Yeah,
out,
heavy boy.
determined to be the ones to lift that trophy.
The only team
You know, PRX looks like they actually go. PRX might actually win this one, honestly.
Gen G
I mean,
way earlier on.
I know.
And honestly,
I didn't see the map ban, but I think PRX probably banned Sen. Because Sen is a risky one to keep on, especially pick for that. Yes, I hear. I've watched it. Quite sad, but also happy at the same time about that video.
Unexpected times, you got to be ready for anything against PRX.
Hapman is all.
What's
Quite
frustrating in this tournament, I would imagine, is that it's at quite different timings compared to usual. Here's an adjustment. Snake bite.
Ooh,
And a
shot.
2.5 there to delete Jing.
snaps up. Jing is gone.
So they've denied Forsaken getting that Hunter's Fury online and found themselves in a 5v4. Couldn't ask for a better beginning for Fnatic.
Push, that's a cheeky one, Patman. I don't want to overstay yourself though. Drones forward, something's going for another bite of the apple! And he evens the score.
Yeah, that's
Don't think
Doggo.
that's too bad though for Fnatic. They do still have a res to be able to work around with. They're droning. Boaster's taking a little bit of space in mid. This is a risk.
Yeah, and he's pre-aiming the wrong spot here. Just spotted it.
What are you doing, Will? What are you looking for?
Out through the shoulder, dart
What are you looking for?
against it. With a spam expecting the Boaster would cross out, and he's got out. He's got free. Alpha exploring on the other side. Device done.
Fatality clears.
It's going to be a quick plant now.
Yeah, that's huge. Fnatic were anticipating that PRX would be denying the res, and so B would be more open. Instead, Divide was holding it and got deleted. Still a player advantage for Fnatic in the post plan.
And ADX stuff, Alpha yet, top form.
What are you doing, boy?
Really trying to drag that
What are you doing?
first round on the board here.
Yeah, I'm talking about you. What are you doing?
Brute force and mechanics.
What you doing?
They ordered. Forsaken's still going to be making a go at this one though. Alongside Patman, time though ticking. Spike. It's getting out of hands and push forwards. Press.
I'm aware of who is retiring.
Yeah, smelling blood in the water.
Wait, Van Dyke is rounded and I didn't even watched
He
around.
gets
That's
online
crazy.
could be a very different game. I mean, he still played fantastically in the first map, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But we've seen matches that Fnatic have been playing, honestly, not just at this
Ooh,
tournament, but
nice
at the end of
flick.
stage 1-2, where he just took over. In my opinion, probably front runner
Okay.
for MVP at this point, Alpha, yeah, but competing alongside Jing, maybe even Forsaken for that kind of title. They'll need him though. PRX still up 4-1.
Bruno. Hey,
Few ults online.
leave us alone. They're not yours.
Another bit of util.
It was different out of the Hampshire streets.
Yeah, that constant conditioning of taking the ult orb early is just forcing.
Well,
some
that's
level
true about any game,
of
to be honest.
ability
Going
to
every
use
game's
Fnatic.
a
This round
has
they decided
trawlers.
not to use a snake bite, but have to use a slow orb instead.
Patman. Here's a drone. Side steps out of it. Looking to take a timing rather than breaking it.
Yeah, he wants to play this aggressive. Again, think about the way that Forsaken, for example, was playing on Sunset. You want to force Fnatic to earn every inch.
All up, all down. Boaster sees an advantage and a spot to try and play in, but the first shot just missed. On either side here, smoke up in your face.
And
PRX re-exploring.
A completely empty here, Brent. PRX have got the right read to play it for retake.
Down 3 mid as a dash active. Tag wants to try and go with it. Updraft over towards
Nice
it.
Alpha.
Alpha.
Critical.
Tap
Alpha.
away and snap into the domes of any adversary.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
It's remarkable the consistency that he's got.
One kill, one run that
Deal
time,
there
boys.
With a player in a pretty unexpected position at bottom tube. Forced a 1v1 and came out the better end of it. Some things in a fairly unwinnable position. And again, Alpha, yeah, goes hunting at the end. He is thirsty. Got his lockdown online. So overall, as well on both sides to try to deal with it, so the Killjoys are not in a perfect position to be able to get value out of their ults. But this has knocked PRX's economy back after just
Goku's
2
waiting. He's
rounds.
happy. Love it.
And the plays that they're going for, getting shut down. This one, not necessarily set up, but a pretty reasonable timing for Divide to go for. Trying to take an unexpected peek, knowing that was probably a 1v1, but just gets sat in his place by the Turkish aim god. it's incredible when you think about some of the changes that these teams have made. I mean, let's take it from Fnatic's perspective. Trying for another trophy without Leo and Durka, which I think people would have talked about them being absolutely fundamental parts of the reason that Fnatic were able to go back-to-back in 2023. But
Yeah, fair enough.
still able to rely on pillars of the team.
I didn't go in, not great at the moment. A lot of issues that we did not have like 2 days ago, so...
Other pieces, a rookie of Kayak, a player looking for redemption like Crashies, and still have a chance, another chance at glory.
A testament, I think, to the quality of the core on Fnatic. And PRX will be trailing when it comes to that economy, but not with the rounds. They take the timeouts.
Okay, what's this Sage low?
It's been going wrong.
And I think, really, the type of fights that they've been going for,
There's still
a decent chance of success in these spots. But it's about
crazy
in situations and timings that they're not quite anticipating.
Oh, quick dash though, this is Fnatic.
Way faster.
Way faster. I want from PRX to really receive. They might be able to get a few pot shots in potentially. Swinging wide as I say that, Devi. Around the corner already, but he's looking for that open sideline. Not going to be given too much. The spot's the one, even that repeat. Rattling shots on. Updraft now, knives in hand. Something going to clear the way and cleave. A path to victory. Kayak gone. Cut out the picture now. Swarms. The nano swarms themselves. Lockdown even being committed. PRX are using this ult on ults. They realize it's winnable. Up towards the top though. Boaster needs to be managed. Bullet to the side. Sheriff's there and he needs to try and break this one. No, Bullet surely is just there. And one detainment on it. Something sticking. Oh, just yanked out of back pockets. Anything just.
And that's third one for Fnatic.
Now, and they need it. Something trying to play his life to the final.
Round 7.
To no avail.
And a round win for Fnatic, though a costly one on an anti-eco. Having to use some pretty large ultimates there. But a lockdown utilized on both sides. Definitely felt winnable when something came in.
That whiff from Jing was huge.
Why PRX would want to send it.
Or Jing,
They did in fact manage to break
it's also good now.
from Alpha, yeah.
The jet knives.
Unfortunately, weaponry just not quite good enough and not enough people caught
Something.
in Devi's lockdown. This round though, for sake
PRX was not always confusing me because there's no dedicated IGL. Everyone IGL him. And when I remember about IGL issue, next thing is like who's playing what character.
We got to see him pull it out on Ascent.
Like everyone like changes around. Like Jing, he goes from like smokes to duelist. Something goes from duelist to smokes. Forsaken goes on smokes. Every character, like everyone on that team, swaps roles. It confused me.
They're throwing down a slow orb over towards A, making it feel perhaps like they're taking.
Wait, hold on. Have I? Wait, what's my title?
Towards B.
Okay, go. That's fine.
With 4 bodies.
This is finals.
Making sure that they're grouped up, able to trade out.
Where's the little arrow thing in the bottom hand?
Wild.
Spotting Alpha.
This is finals of Master 20, the second international for this year. There's one more national stage, and then after that it's the it's the champion stage.
Now PRX realizing potentially a little bit late. Scattered bodies, but are going to hit a wall now. Realize that they've missed their mark, potentially snapped.
Nice flick, nice flick.
Still alive here, something from the side, and Alpha wants to try and slink in himself.
Ooh, wait, I think the position. If Fnatic needs to actually play this perfectly though.
Alpha's found a beautiful timing here, might be able to catch something in the back, and he's already calling for Boaster to make the rotate around.
Absolutely, he finds his
nice.
Perfectly.
Good angle, good angle. Holy shit.
Now there's 14 seconds left, got to get a move on.
He's going to be able to get spiked down here though, Boaster.
Oh my god, crashes. Crashes. Long flank.
Really just put a stop to all of this right now, but
now Steffa.
Super
winnable. Nice.
Put a stop to it and the reflank as well occurring. Crashes drifting all the way in and backs towards him. They are
don't knife. Oh, Devi. Shoot. It's gonna be a rough one.
Being squeezed onto the site. Devi and Jing tightening the net, spamming away, and they find their mark.
Unlucky. Why did Devi swing? No swing. Why did he? Back.
Trying to find the timing, almost perfect. And
Like,
Divide
it
just
kind of
has to
makes
check behind
sense.
for a moment towards
We
screens
shake it
and
back
you
at
can
the same
see
time, but
it's over in a while.
like no one flicks turn around to shoot the guy behind.
Look at
But
that
no
play,
one
though,
would
from
expect it.
Patman. Working his way forwards again.
Like this kill right here.
Aggressively challenging
No
as
one
the
expected
time
that. There's
goes
no
down,
noise made.
Always forcing Fnatic to work for it. And inside the pit, great coordination from Divide. And Forsaken, I think it was towards the end. Just closing the net. Oh, back in the hands, something going aggro.
Yeah, straight down mid, but there's knives to meet him. Kayak is there, holding for the peek the barrel, just poking out.
Come on, peek at something. The thing is, that I'm rooting for both these teams. I want PRX to win, but I also want Fnatic to win. So it's kind of hard for me to like root for a team, because at the same time, when I cheer for anyone get killed, I'm also disappointed.
There gives away the hand.
Yeah. Just from the jump spot there, and an attempt at a punish. Shot trapped. No committal. Alpha is right there.
That's an insane adjustment from Althea as well. Divide tries to swing into cover and gets deleted.
He's trying to plug up those gaps, but up through kitchen they are none the wiser again. It's Kayak. Drifted in, walking in. Dash is active. Missed the timing. Caught it on the wall.
Oh!
Kayak!
The patience in that moment.
Tears open.
Bro, I thought Jing saw him. That's why I wasn't getting ready to celebrate that. That's huge. That's fucking huge. Holy shit.
Hard on Alpha and Kayak to get it all done.
All Brez do is shoot something in the dick and he wins.
A reminder once more that this is Kayak's first global event. This is his first grand finals. It hasn't been that long since he won Ascension and started playing in the big leagues.
The money's not good. Something not long for this world at this point. Up put over towards
That op shot would have been insane.
Kayak.
If Bro just knocked out Kayak like that, that'd be insane.
That's some unbelievable composure for a rookie player, though. That's the kind of timing that you would only expect somebody with a huge amount of experience to be able to pull off.
Oh.
And Jing just has no clue about that. It is a little rough when you watch it back from his POV. But the trigger discipline. Panic from Patman. And they've let things slip a little bit here. PRX down onto another eco, and Fnatic with a great opportunity to tie it up. Alpha even going for an attack off.
Why would I just stand and look at each other?
Kind of rounds, PRX are going to be trying to challenge you.
Major quarter between Mars and Spirit,
That
direction,
aggression
plus
from the
fade,
defenders
idiot.
and punish is all about what Fnatic are going for.
Insane, bro.
Jing really being the only player that can do some damage in this spot.
I don't really watch CS, I'll be honest. It's my friends in the VC, they normally talk about it. It's like, whenever I'm playing games or I'm in VC with them, someone's guaranteed watching it, and they talk about it.
For a timing on the other side of the map as well, but Patman denied it as Althea reconnects with the rest of the squad. This is going to end A into 3 at least.
Yeah.
The stack is here.
See how this one goes. Darts being held as well for the signs of life. There's smokes on smokes. Propped up into the face, but all contact. Slow and steady is called for by Fnatic, and that's the time to strike. Well, the iron is hot, and they find their timing. Perched,
Nice.
Kayak just dishing it all out now with the bullets.
Jing tucked in.
Nice.
Deleted on the flank.
There's not much that Jing can really do from this spot. I mean, surely...
This round should go for Fnatic, because the weapons and the eco is better for them. Good job, boys.
Take a look at this player. You said it, Josh. You would not expect this guy to be a rookie on this stage. But Icebox is his playground. It has been all tournament long.
Now you look at the 2 players that have been at the top of the scoreboard for Fnatic today. It's the same in map 1 and map 2. Alpha and Kayak finding their opportunities to be the playmakers as well. Opening up these rounds. From the entry and from the lurk. A reminder that Althea brought an attack off into the previous round and he still got it here. So, looking to try to shut down something if he was playing on A Rafters. A pacey opening as well, though. Taking this exec space quickly. Trying to punish Divide, for example, if he was going to be playing for the Orb, or Patman as well.
Jing has been prone for a little TP play or 2. Alpha, slow as you go. Big boomstick in his hands. He's been Lights out. All of those to try and slow this approach.
Unlucky Jing.
PRX trying to stall this one out, but as a drone through, and Kayak is already
he's so
popping
aggro.
up towards the top, and he's spotted it. Players, but he's taking bullets in the process. Tucked to the corner. If he's going to be able to survive as a wall to try and at least block some of the bullets. Forsaken grabs himself two, crashes right back at it, but no coverage.
Ooh,
Hits
Jing.
the back of the sun. Jing. No time for overheating, son. Keep that gun out. 17 bullets.
Alpha just with an op.
Other than where?
Would have to just absolutely light them up. But it's a guessing game for him. PRX at least keep hold of this lead that they've had, at least for most of this map.
These are the timings I'm talking about though, Brent. You watch Crashy's POV here towards the replay. He throws out a recon dart, which means the Chronicles alone get in the plant. He does an amazing job of picking up Divine and Forsaken, but he then thinks he has a timing to send utility, and he's not ready for Jing's fight. PRX take timings that are just slightly off, and they do catch teams napping.
This is gonna be fun.
Can Fnatic tie things up at 6-6, or are PRX gonna have the lead off the back of winning that pistol early?
On V on. Kayak. Jones going to be spotting it. Clears something off the line. Patman. Look at it clear, but yeah, reposted back up. What a read by Fnatic.
Now that is gorgeous.
Hunter's Fury pulled out. Jing, he's in their spawn. He's already taken out Alpha yet. This is PRX offloading everything at their disposal now. Locked down, drop down. But a plant down without any problems. Fnatic going to be retreating. Crashes in a prime spot.
In theory, Chronicle could actually go for this res in mid.
Smokes up in their face. Kayak barely forwards there. Divide. Will he look to the side? There's a res in mid. Bringing these players back, but the power
Kayak's box here.
forwards. PRX, they take that timing and they take it themselves. Striking straight at them. And Fnatic have to rely all on Crashies up from the high ground. Half on the defuse. Forsaken. Surely he's earned this now, but he's in that 1v2.
Good shit, boys. Good shit, guys.
Dominates from the high ground.
I don't know how Fnatic got away with taking that round to make it 6-6, but that's insane.
In these big moments. The last hope for North America in this tournament, and he comes through huge for Fnatic there with his positioning on site.
Shot clean.
PRX knew that the rest of the players from Fnatic were stuck in mid, and he had to do everything from that high ground angle.
What a run back from Fnatic. They bring it to 6-6. One hell of a map.
Red Bull gives you wings.
An update is
Mine's a little bit dusty.
financial system updating.
What's this battle pass? Okay. Fire cards. Honestly, I fuck with the Sage one. The something. It's still the 5 years things though, which is kind of annoying.
The future of money is here. Feels
The
good.
2-player cards are kind of ass. This one's alright. That one's ass. Off a new map. Ass. Astra. Kinda cool. Don't like. But this Sage one is kinda cute. And then this one's alright. I don't know why it's split like this. Yeah, that's alright. That's default version. Oh, wait, the way you ADS though. The ADS with this man was kind of clean. I like it. This is the blue version.
We're back into it as well. The Coinbase Econ report. You can see even across the board here.
Yeah, I mean, and a huge amount of damage done by Alpha, yeah, which
Not
makes perfect
too
sense as
bad.
he's up towards 12 kills. Matched on the other side by Divide, but I think some of the impact that Alpha was
This is
having on
black
the top
version.
side, fairly unmatched. Now, I think the game is going to shift pretty significantly though here. This
And this
half,
is the
you have to
gold.
set it up. Fnatic love
Alright.
retake. They are going to be playing for Chronicles Wall
Well,
retake
I only got
pistol,
5 seconds.
That's their normal strategy at least.
That's the
And that
mid.
is the entire
Okay, it's
opposite
not
way that Gen G,
worse.
for example, play. A team that smacked PRX
Got
around
buddies to
on
cook
this
up.
map in this
Expected.
half.
I don't want to see the bulldog.
PRX were constantly
I
fighting,
don't want to see the
almost
outlaw or the
denying, never allowing
ghost.
PRX any space. That's the Pacific
Yeah,
style.
that's about everything I can see.
Fnatic don't really play like that, so we're going to get a really different game here. In theory, PRX should actually have a ton of room to be able to get onto these sites.
PRX just walking for now.
This has been their style in all of the pistols on their attack side so far. Very contacty.
And the smokes, they hide the intent pretty well. Drifting up through window, a couple of random bullets as well. Fnatic are trying to reinforce this one, they're doubling it up. It's Boaster and Crashies against the bloody world, and they're ready to deliver. Crashies already with quick 2-1s, and now just around ideas. All gone a bit skew whiff, really. Fnatic are in complete.
I don't know what PRX is trying to cook the smoke. I get, but it hides the gap. So like I can't see through the window. They're saying like, oh, 5 people run through the kitchen. But if you put a smoke there, someone is guaranteed to be holding the end of that kitchen door. But if it's not one person, it's 2 people.
Relying on the fact that Fnatic like to play in deeper, more cautious positions.
Fnatic brings it back here.
Fnatic choose to draw a line in the Sander kitchen.
Like that confident. Go like that confident. If they're coming to you, run to them, bro. Just chill these noobs, bro.
It's a good point.
It's interesting that Alpha says that, because that is his way of playing, but it's not the way that Fnatic themselves usually fight. Be interesting to see if his words of wisdom carry through. Boaster, though, backing off instead of stepping up.
Yeah.
Looking to try to play the numbers and play the retake. More of the classic Fnatic style.
Following those sound cues, looking to potentially take some early fights. Kaya.
Shot.
Shot to the body, Marshall will do that. There's no armor on the board here. Trying to go for that plant down. And they're going to push this one back. Not quite, it's going down. Slowly
Out of where?
collapse the
All
block
3
here.
under.
PRX don't really stand a chance. Just
A shot.
under him. Something classic. Does some damage, but that's about it.
A pretty clean round. Boaster and Alpha, they didn't
Do you
even
get a
invest,
marshal
so
back or no?
They got plenty of
Oh
opportunity
yeah,
here
yeah.
to have
Okay.
a good buy heading into their bonus round. But Fnatic are going to be doing a lot of this, where they're trying to react to what PRX are doing around the map. Trying to stack bodies and get in position to go for that retake. Kayak, though, is contesting as the plant goes down there. You know, Fnatic might have a bit of an adjustment. We've got to hear it from Alpha. But it will be very interesting if Fnatic decides to take the fight to PRX. Kayak picking up an operator. That's come out of the Boaster bank.
Okay.
It's a good job we're not doing the econ report now, I suppose, at the end of this one. But yeah, Boaster, always the selfless leader.
Kai trying to post himself up. Well, the supports, and wow, something. Eager to try and take that fight. Kayak makes him regret it.
Here,
Shoulders just poking out here. This is Fnatic.
cover going out.
What's good, Jimmy?
Pick advantage.
How you doing, bro?
Precisely the place they love to be in.
Jing's down to go really aggressive with this Omen. I've seen him teleport onto screens before. Ult into crazy spots. In a playmaking situation like this, down 4v5, you're wanting Jing to step up.
Hunter's Fury pulled out of it. That's earned early. Crashes been earning his kills and his orbs up through mid. Another lurk happening. Jing is gone. Patman had to delete that turret.
Lucky Patman.
Right there behind him. Avenging poor Timmy. Divide and Forsaken.
Yeah, the take for Fnatic's insane.
But how the hell are you going to dig yourself out of this one? Mistakes need to be made, and Fnatic not in the habit of making them often here. The dart against the back, all is revealed, and Forsaken can't do it all.
Fnatic overall in this tournament are playing about 2/3 of their rounds for retakes, but you see here, they're
I reckon-
all even 5v5 retakes.
I reckon Fnatic will win this map.
As
I think the
attackers
overall
work their
game
way
score will be 3-2.
both from the
But I don't know who to.
applying that pressure and creating an easier retake.
Like both these teams are actually showing up.
Almost
It's just whether or not they will actually
situation for those final two that
like
were left alive.
show up.
And I think they've got to be better at dealing with.
Great next, thank you for the £1.
Fight kayaks off.
Appreciate it, bro.
That was a pretty lazy way of trying to get onto that angle. One
Yeah, bad
launch
enough,
that didn't even land towards back yellow, and something swings at the same
Give me
time.
9 more of those and I can get Valorant Battle Pass for next
So
season.
here with a slow orb just to try and deny that belt space.
Both teams fighting for belt space and the ult orb.
Patman Hold on. Walkabout. Sheriff in hand.
Ooh,
He just
that
can't
whiff.
quite control it. Alpha yet. Lucky to be alive from that spot, but still claims the kill.
Definitely would have been a punish on a rifle round.
Now regrouping up. Fnatic have got bodies ready to receive. They can.
Did you lost? What fellow chat? Does anyone know the lot watch?
That's a sideways swing. Sets up Divide perfectly.
Placing swarm grenade.
Stinger in hand. Plan can now go down here. They brought us to a 4v4. Close quarters weaponry. PRX are going to be looking to try and take this fight towards Fnatic. Oh, playing offside for it. Fnatic still grouped towards screens. The
Buster?
rifles looking to try and
Nope.
dissuade any chance.
Chronicle.
PRX getting away with that funny business. Grouped
Yeah,
up
Buster
together with
is.
the discipline. Chronicle. Lights
Good shit,
out from
Chronicle.
him.
So dependable, so reliable.
Yeah, let me try something real quick. Let me.
Very good reasons why he's the winningest player of all time in Valorant. A win here
That's
would
it,
be
Chi.
utterly incredible for Chronicle's career, but everything has been the whole time. Crashies.
Yeah, let me do this real
Not
quick.
like the
Let
way
me,
he played that fight. Shot bullets at 3 separate people that ran past him. Had to bail out of that one early, but got bailed out by the rest of the team.
No, it's not. Not working.
This is now 4 rounds
Okay,
in
give
a
me
row
a sec.
for Fnatic to start the half. Was dead even as we went into the pistol.
Overlays.
Going to take a timeout. They've been taking a lot of these timeouts early on.
Yeah, second one now.
Final opportunity for Alex to have a bit of input. I mean, aside from later on if Fnatic decide to use one of their own. But it's got to be so stressful in his position too. They're still just settling into the BO5. It's
Copy
a
that.
long way ahead. You can honestly afford to drop a map like
Copies.
this because you have Pearl coming up. You've got 2 maps that you're fantastic on later, Lotus and Split.
Wait.
But you don't want to squander
Okay, let me
any
try now.
moments where you think you might be able to get it over the line. That's how opportunities slip. And Alex has seen it all.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, the rosters, they shift around. Individual players can come and go.
There you go, it's working now, but it's just very tiny.
Alex has been there to witness every heartbreak
There we are.
and tried to
Good.
fix them
I feel
back
like-
onto the right path.
Yeah, pretty similar. I don't think I have any sound, but it'll show.
It's going to be tough
It's
going
good,
for
that's what we
PRX
need.
here. No more intervention happening from Alex's behalf. Going to
It's
try
quick.
and run this one back to do it alone.
PRX have been going for those mid lurks quite a lot. They put pressure on mid right at the start of the round, and they've had Pat-Med try to lurk. They haven't been very successful with it. At some point, I wonder whether it puts them off entirely.
No damage on the wall bang.
Sheriff in hand. Already trying to dash straight up. An attempt of a punish. PRX are making this one fast and loose. Playing it forwards.
Okay,
Risks
Jing.
to be had. This is that PRX of old. Have just missed
Wait, Jing didn't see him. Jing didn't see.
Timing each other. Alpha A still active here.
Jing.
Trying to cut back as well. He needs some safety and he needs some.
Don't see a
fire.
pixel of
But
KJ's
somebody's
hat.
one delivering
Well, a
death.
couple pixels, but
All out to the opposition. There's kills happening all over the bloody place.
Jing's a good player, but I don't think he really like takes notes sometimes of certain things. Like he's not really like
Longer there it is. Something. He's evened it out.
Like, if you see one pixel, you know?
All expected. Kayak.
like most people will react to like a couple pixels like that, but I don't think Jing does that often.
Jing was
Wow.
begging for people to come towards him, and really nobody has. Jing's positioning was cute, but no one's coming his way.
Yeah, and Crashy's brought back into the fold now. This is feeling inevitable. Updraft dash. Q play indeed. Isolating the fight. Forsaken trying to make a go of it now. Trying to really do the damage. But a bullet to the back. It's all up to Jing. And it's brought it to that
Jing
1v1.
versus Boaster.
Smokes v smokes. Boaster. Sticking into the
Okay, Jing.
the chance. They brought that one back from an impossibility.
Really beautiful positioning and phenomenal impact from 2
Jing looks a little confused then.
incredible players.
Oh,
What was going on there?
Okay.
Absolutely bizarre. But this play from
Last
Forsaken,
player
again,
standing.
enormous impact, just what Mel was talking about on the desk. He might not be exactly
the way
as
Jing
good
played
on
that
the
smoke is
scoreboard,
part
but every kill he
because the smoke was slowly
huge
dropping.
impact.
Most people
He
put
set
like
up
a 1 way
1v1
instantly,
for
but doing
Jing
like
to
high
set
so
up.
it drops better.
Stem the bleeding for now.
Kayak on another pretty aggressive position. The drone designed to try to push him off, and he dips, not giving
Hide.
away the fact that he's got the op.
Trying to repeat it as well. That's a wide face something. Lucky just evades the bullets.
Does Kayak take Alfia's advice and refight? Or is he looking to play risk-averse and set up the retake with the rest of his team?
No dash available, it would be risky, just trying to take that timing inside that smoke, but the updraft, quick scope,
Imagine.
bullets raining down onto him, something though has been dropped. Chopped down at the knees is what it seemed. Chronicle having to deal out that damage here on site.
Still with a recon.
That's Kayak.
Kayak's op is fantastic at preempting these spots that Paper X want to fight.
He's perfectly posted every single time. The dart is at 180. Patman has got to do a lot from this spot. Jing, again, heroics are called for. It's forward. The positioning, they're looking to try and stunt it, trying to stop it. Knives in hand. Paper X drawing blood. But again, that repeat playing into Fnatic's hands. The buy. Chronicle already under the fuse. He's got to start swinging and he's got to do it now. It's all
Good shit.
safety. Flame 4 crashes, watching for that peak.
These rounds are going to be tilting Alex in the coaching booth, I think. It's just not good enough for Paper X. Look, and in the replay, how often they're fighting one by one. Forsaken on his own. That was a bit of a double fight together, but here Patman swings with Divide having no real support. Paper X need to be coming up with ideas of how they want to fight together, or what timings they want to take together.
Bro, he's left-handed?
Because Fnatic are essentially just waiting.
Yeah.
They're not even really scaling on the retake, they're just holding. Knowing that Paper X are going to run into them more.
A large reveal. Paper X are all grouped up.
Well, they've got a massive ultimate advantage in this round, Brent. So if there was a round to try to do something quick and hit them hard, hit them fast, it would be this one.
Jen's not pretty cleared.
Makes again, like you said.
Post-plan lockdown would be crazy good from Divide too.
Updraft over with the knives. Looking for a target, looking for a sight line.
Paper X needs to play it on site when they get spiked down. They can't be playing back.
Can commit. Paper X do have ults of their own.
Yeah, my eyes immediately go to Divide, wondering when he's going to try to use this.
There it is. Smoke's dropped down. This is Fnatic trying to make a go. Lockdown's there. Already in. This is Fnatic trying to make a play for this.
That's Kayak.
Kayak.
Oh! The headshot as well. The quick scope headshot. Holy.
Cannot be broken in time. Alviedo found himself a pocket. Found himself a window.
Beautiful.
He's going to do it all. Offload him with the ult. It's time ticking, really. That point. Found the kill. Running him down, though. Forsaken will be finished. And Kayak on the fuse.
That's close.
That's so damn close. Oh.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, boys. Let's go. One more round. Close out, boys.
Second on the clock of Fnatic. Perfectly execute a really difficult retake. How on earth do they get that into a 5v3 whilst battling through Divide's lockdown? Not sure what's going through something's head here on this peak. I don't think that's a good one, but this shot is bonkers. A ludicrous one for Kayak to be bringing out. Absolutely jet diffing something. And like I said, it's
Yeah, Alex is not happy.
I don't think Paper X are actually playing these rounds
Wait,
particularly well.
have they even got timeout yet? Wait, I don't remember seeing them using timeouts.
Both teams were really bringing a good game, but now Paper X letting Icebox slip, and this could be Fnatic equalizing.
Kayak. Been unbelievable so far with his form. Icebox really is his playground, but he's forced to concede that space. Jing forward sees
I don't reckon I don't remember any of them using timeouts, so I'm not sure why they're not using it. Oh yeah, he's super happy, chat. He's super happy. Alex is super happy. Wait, Alpha? Oh, he's trying to fight. Wait, no. Wait, who's Alpha? Why is Alpha's webcam so slow? His sentry gets broken, and he doesn't turn around until he starts getting shot at.
That was a really large swing back.
Why is the webcam so delayed?
Controlled to some degree, sure. There was a double lurk set up, and Jing went for that same play, trying to get deep into Snowman on an unexpected timing. And this time finds a target to be able to work with. But it was chaos. I mean, this play, Divide just running up tube into Alpha, yeah, he's just hoping he finds that timing and doesn't get punished. One round at a time. Fnatic choosing to go for a half bite here to make sure that their economy doesn't get completely broken.
Kayak swinging and looking to just draw blood out of them. Paper
Lucky.
They are still there though, Divide. You can sense it, posturing occurring and a deep push.
Both sides are ghosts. Both guys are classic.
It's already anticipated.
Good awareness from Divide.
Yeah. Expecting it all now.
Interesting Sentry there, because Sentry's not recovering anything.
Crashes with a rifle. Boaster might be able to recover one
Is
if
that panic
he's
Sentry?
completely repositioned, but at the moment, really isolated over in this snowman spot. Should be PRX being able to.
Now can't go that far.
4v2.
Like,
Hello.
Divide can't go past the container, or vice Sentry goes down.
Choice for Boaster,
See?
obviously. Not cleaned up though either, and that could spell problems.
Ooh.
Pressing forward.
Go on, Crashies.
Now he's got that
Get one more
rifle.
at least, get one more for the boys.
Sing. He's
I know, get another one for the boys. Get another, get another, get another, get another.
Needs to be double,
Ah.
double done, PRX. Are the ones on top.
Still though, even in that 4v2, PRX players taking risks. Gonna be giving Alex a heart attack. But now Alex with another opportunity to talk to the team.
Like, Alex is gonna have me, bro. Try and get out of the fight.
This might be
And
a
I can
blessing
spam
for
everything
PRX.
to get out.
'Cause despite
Even
winning
your
two in a
draft is
row,
where that's not gonna help.
they don't look super confident right now.
Time out from
It's
Fnatic.
the Fnatic coaches that have decided to take attack timeout.
The trophy looks
I'm a
alright.
little bit
Not bad.
cautious about doing this, to be honest, because I do think it offers an opportunity for Alex to right the ship that's looking pretty shaky in this half overall. Last two rounds notwithstanding. Ults are back online as well for Fnatic though, so Milan might be just trying to drum up a set ult round that can knock PRX out. A little bit similar to what we saw on Sunset towards the end, where you bring out a set play just to get across the line. And Fnatic do have depth. You know that they've got the experience. You know that they've got one of the greatest callers when things get scrappy in a mid-round. But this coaching staff has also proven themselves. It's been a great run since Milan got promoted to the head coach position.
But like a lot of coaches, when they get promoted to head coach, the team actually has better off like thingy. Like Captain, when he was assistant coach, Central's had a good run, but not like the greatest run. The second Captain becomes head coach, they win an international.
PRX, Alex will happily take that space, but 3 rounds still stand between them, drawing it to OT.
Jing going for another really deep push.
Forwards, Crashies is good. Ajar with a movement still. This is going to be rapid. And Jing's all the way round towards the side. One more TP. Try and get out of dodge there, but committing that paranoia. And Kayak filling in the pieces. Alpha to Tuckman with the movement.
Yeah, I don't see it that round.
Patman being able to pick off the 1v1 fight against Alpha and trade Chronicle.
It's all over the place.
Patman can't reconnect with the rest of his team to really pop down this Viper's Pit on site.
Kayak.
Just trying to adjust, missing on either side.
Planted.
Wait, Boaster?
That 3v2 Boaster might have just caught eyes onto Patman. Patman tucked up close, but Boaster is wise to it.
He's just trying to delay for as long as possible. Actually, maybe he didn't
Jump
even...
onto the high ground.
Oh, what an off angle.
God damn.
I thought for a moment there, maybe he hadn't realized that Boaster had spotted him, but repositioned into a spot that he was going to be favored on. And this round, I think, again, another reason why I was a little bit worried about Fnatic taking that tack pause. Because Jing immediately comes out of it with a really unexpected way of pressuring these players over towards the mid-split. That recon dart that got thrown over the top from Forsaken. Oh, and the timing here as well.
And this operator, it's critical to Fnatic's game plan.
And this sets us up.
But what about looking at them? He was just holding the far left side of the kitchen. We could see the operator a long time ago on the right side.
And so, one more rifle round before OT. This play, though, I think huge credit given to Patman. Jing's in a pretty horrible spot there. And Patman has to win the battle against Alpha through Dew before he can go and help him.
Come on,
Take a look
boys.
at the buy, though. Knives, okay, huge for a Kayak.
End it here, Fnatic. End it here, please. Or, let's be how you please end it,
Top
but
of it, Kayak can't even escape.
I mean, that's insane from
the
Jing
defense
just
was
running through.
unneeded for
Being
that
full
push up.
trust in the
Oh,
paranoia.
it's full aggression. They're not stopping now. The PRX of old wants to rear its head. The leash has been cut and snapped.
Yeah, rip.
There's no containing them. Like a pack of rabid velociraptors.
Chronicle is a good player, I'll admit,
Hungry.
but he's not that great to end it right now.
get to see the full gamut of PRX here. We started out on Sunset with them playing that slower, more strategic style. And now you get the full W gaming. The last 4 rounds have been really heavily powered by Jing just doing crazy stuff on Omen. And this last round of regulation at least, Fnatic have got to try to make an adjustment to stop that in its tracks.
And they are all in. Why wouldn't you be, operator here? Smoke in your face to try and obfuscate. Is the Hunter's Fury that's coming out swinging.
They thought it was another one of those fast hits. Crashies gets the ult baited out as PRX reset.
Conditioning for you. Device one away from the zone now.
Oh, okay, cancelled. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Thrown into it, Jing obfuscating the intent, but bodies are now trying to form up.
That's supposed to
Did he get boosted on site? Probably ult.
Make it easier for PRX, but there's still a pit here. There's still a lockdown.
Yeah, it's a lockdown for a lockdown here in this spot. Alpha's ready.
They can ult.
Screens. What's the next level to all of this? Hunter's Fury going to be committed. It's going to be breaking that portion of it, and this has to be respected now. Fnatic, they've offloaded everything to try and stay into this round, but the pit's going to be going down. It crashes out into the open.
Boaster beefed it. That pit, you're supposed to get back inside, and he got detained.
And PRX not slowing down. Still that res brings Crashy back into the fold. Back into
That unaware where Patman's at.
Up through mid. PRX eager though.
Heck is checking.
Topple Fnatic before they stand and get a grip onto
Ooh, nice.
this retake. Pressing forwards, shoulder to shoulder discipline. It's helped so far, but Fnatic need it now in spades.
Wait, still winnable.
Drifting into the side here. Double
it's gonna be hard.
Are ringing out.
It's OT, boys. OT. Fnatic is trolling this for now.
PRX grab a 5th round in a row to take us into OT. Felt like an inevitability on Sunset, to be honest with you, but here on Icebox, Fnatic take a timeout and it goes straight back in their face. PRX dial up the tempo, something on a high ground. Jing deep in heaven, getting into aggressive positions, unexpected spots. And even though Alpha dealt with the lurk, there were too many threats. The stress on both sides. And again, a reminder that when you look at the map pool, it feels a bit like a must-win for Fnatic.
Come on, boys.
Next one is their perma.
Do it for EMEA.
Standing ahead.
Smoke on the corner, something. Glass cannon operator.
I don't want no 3-0. I need a good game 3-2 for any team.
Fnatic again, you're going to see that caution played by them. Tiptoeing around, a bit tepid, but trying to dissect the map. Thrown overhead, spots out the Jett.
Yeah, spotting Kayak there gives you some decent information. An idea that it might well be ending A, so you can keep these 4 players. The trust they have in Patman, just to hold down B if their read is wrong. But it's not at all. Forsaken with exactly the right idea of what's happening here.
Oh.
Boaster calling for a little bit more pressure over towards B, and PRX, they want info. They want to step up a little. As Boaster sniffed this out, he's calling for Fnatic to reposition.
Into the B split, perhaps.
And this is going to put Patman's head on a swivel.
Yeah.
And maybe Patman's head on a spike.
Going to be turning up the heat. 25 seconds left. Down to the wire. Patman still has a snakebite to try and deny some space. Shot darts in your face. Walls up, same with the orbs. PRX starting to get a bit of a read on this one here, but again, Patman needs to try and deny. He steps forward, blind as anything. He does not know what's going on. PRX trying to even it out. Kayak with a peak, but the plant needs to go down. With no issues further. Crashies commits. They're getting into the spot now. Fnatic putting a squeeze.
Kayak is fucked here.
Players are going to try and clear this guy out. Kayak, he's done. Finished. Paranoia up top. Jing. No
Nice.
way! Nearsighted Chronicle maybe.
Nice.
But this guy will not be denied. Something's still there though, swinging wide. The operator switched around. Weaponry now with a rifle. Time starting to tick.
Just we could not it.
Crashies Tepid.
Nice, boys. Let's go.
Works best for him.
Good fucking round.
Again, Crashies comes up in the clutch. What a recovery in a 3v3 situation there. Boaster calling a brilliant slow round. It felt like Forsaken exactly knew what was happening, but the further the time ticked, the more that Boaster realized and sniffed out that stack on A. Chronicle to Legendary in that top nest position. And Fnatic once more have an opportunity to close.
Forwards, Kayak. Trying to fill in their space here. Oh my god, the pure disrespect. The dash is there. Boaster needs to try and stop them here, but he's isolated onto the corner and caught out wide. Kayak's still there though. This guy is eager to just try and play into the mechanics. PRX not stopping. The feed is filled with red and blood being spilt out onto the site. Tricky task indeed for Fnatic. Walls up and everyone is falling slowly but surely. Chronicle, last one left. 5 bullets left in a swing from Divide. All the confidence in the world.
PRX have figured out exactly what is working on these
Good game,
attack
boy.
sites. It definitely feels like they're the team that's closer to being able to close this out, to be honest with you. Despite the fact that Fnatic had so many map points to be able to work with, this looks like PRX is to lose because their attacks, the fast, aggressive approach is just barreling through Fnatic. Something, again, that pulls out the operator, and Fnatic, they got an extra timeout to use once things go to OT, and they're going to use it fairly early on. 13-13, and Milan wants input. Every player, by the way, on Fnatic, over 20 kills apart from Boaster, who's only got 7. That's a little bit rough.
Struggling to put up the numbers.
At the same time, though, it does show you that the other 4 players are all having very good performances.
Yeah.
Because all 4 of them have had huge rounds, big moments. And Boaster's calling has still been finding impact, even if his rifle isn't.
That's what Fnatic are leaning on here.
To be honest, Brent, I think you look at the other side of things, and the player at the bottom of the scoreboard.
I like the trophy stand. We decorate one side of the trophy stand, and the rest of it is just basic.
Just one with the defensive off. That will right all of the wrongs of what he's been up to in this map. Because PRX have already got the game plan for the attack side, it's working. If he can find a big operator around here, he could well put his team up to a maybe insurmountable lead.
Oh.
Fnatic taking his time to recuperate, breathe a little bit. It's a slow orb that could have been thrown out, but Forsaken, no, he's just, I mean, okay, scot-free.
Yeah, he was playing for that pretty heavily in regulation. Less important, arguably, here in overtime because everybody starts 3 away. Don't know if you noticed that Nana Swarm as well that was put down on top Jenny from Devi. That's where Kayak's been pathing to almost every time. So they've got a very specific counter plan here. Look at Jing holding that paranoia as well. They know exactly what they want to do to counter this Fnatic A hit.
Primed, ready to pounce here.
It does feel like these timeouts have been helping Alex and PRX more than Fnatic.
Drone's broken. Deep control towards B. Any posturing by Fnatic is put to an end. And now, eyes set over towards A. Triple face, alarm bounce. It's going to be gone. Jing there with a paranoia! Oh my goodness!
It works perfectly. The game plan, absolute perfection.
Cut them to shreds.
Something's aware.
Left scrambling for options.
There's the op value as well. Divide tucked onto a position that's really tough to clear.
And Kayak is going to try and win that. Final bullets left!
Spike down.
Mid-animation, Boaster, the captain himself.
Unfortunately, both are
One
one clash is one.
The purest form of disrespect, PRX.
No hate to Boaster,
That was the round that they needed.
but if Boaster
Every attack
is
round
last Buster alive in a 1v2, the chances of him clutching are very low, let alone 1 vs 4.
One enemy remaining.
It's been pacey, it's been fast. W game in and the train keeps on trucking. Let's see if Fnatic have an answer because all of the pressure is now on them.
Oh yeah. On their attack side, PRX are sending it. Revealing area. Grouped up, deep dark paranoia. They're making it feel like
That's
it's
good
a
dart.
fast B pressure. And Kayak is taking liberties, taking risks. Him versus Defy finds it.
Nice.
That's huge info as well. You see Divine on this side of the map, you know at least that they're defaulting. You don't know for sure that they're coming back over towards A, but you know it's not that fast B hit. And look how quickly Alpha just takes all of this space on B.
Oh, yeah, deep push. Mid-round information going to be given up here. The rest of his team, an attempt of a punish at a jump spot. Boaster, the acknowledgement he was looking for.
I mean, what a decision from Forsaken to try to...
Alpha can get good pick here.
Yeah, he's creeping in through the back. They already know he's there. Patman really anticipated. Bodies out wide to the open. Patman just sidesteps it.
I don't know if it's better off to get the Viper fast or actually get the Jett. It would be debatable.
Deep dart, dash active, wall up into your face. Throw into the corner, clears him out.
Lucky
though.
Kayak.
Have to use it to disengage.
Chronicle can step in to cover that though. PRX still, even with all three players here, have got a difficult task.
3v4 wars down as well, onto the open.
Nice.
He's dropped.
30 seconds left.
Fnatic have found
3v1 boys. Don't troll, don't choke, don't throw this.
a safety net now. All the pressure's on Patman. 1v3.
It's weird, it's so free right now.
Taps it. Looking for a kill, looking for a cheap fight. Again, he's not going to be given it. Snake bite. All the options.
Nice.
To ruins.
We've got a banger, man.
Respect the balls to go for a fake there. If it had worked,
Both teams are awake and shooting,
Forsaken
so
a genius.
someone might go for a while.
But actually, he just deviated away from the game plan that's been working for PRX. The pace, the aggression, Fnatic did not have an answer for it. And instead in this round, maybe overcooking things slightly. Went to fake that fast pressure and played into the kind of tempo that Boaster's super happy to call against. Immediately, Kayak realized it was a fake. Alpha got quick on the flank, and now we're back to even.
14-14. Up overhead with the util.
Something still going for the operator. Every round on defense has been trying to make it work. Did find a little bit of value with it over towards B. They've got to be watching out for this paranoia again. It worked so well last time for Jing, but he's not really in a spot to use it now.
Cheeky with the positioning.
It looks to me like they're trying to fake that it's only Alpha here on A. You know, he's the player that's getting up, getting forwards.
Lost man with the dart. It's going to be a drone. Fnatic faking like they're taking B control. Looking to see if they can pull bodies to make A little bit weaker. Soften it up for the take now.
I mean, that's nice. Patman takes contact, which disguises where the operator is. So it could still be on A.
They're drifting though. PRX are losing control. Not a hard anchor it now, but they're seeing signs of life and hearing it on top of it. Nano swarms, detted. All up in your face to delay.
Well, that should be a cool PRX to rotate to A.
Play to defend and deny the spike.
Divide is hard.
Because nothing's happened on B. Heading wallies. Flavor darts.
And we're seeing it now. Paranoia's
Yeah,
forwards
that's
again,
definitely
forwards
cool.
to your face. Fnatic have access towards it.
That's
Insane
correct.
is that by Jing. Fnatic.
Boaster?
Vice grip now over towards the site. And it's scraps on the floor that Patman has to pick up and make something from it. Damage done, bullets raining through, but right from the
GG's.
side.
15-14. So hopefully Fnatic can end it at 16.
Something here, operator in hand, but this is just dire. Oscillating
Something?
the
Wait.
momentum of this
Wait,
map.
they're Jinx. They're Jinx.
Happening round by round. Picks up the rifle, but you got one hell of a task and no clearance again. Time's ticking. It's all
Beautiful.
against it, crashes
Beautiful.
Big round from Chronicle, but also a wild play from Jing. We saw the value we got from the paranoia in the previous round. This time, tries to send it again. Throws that out, goes for the TP. But I mean, that
Unlucky
is
Jing.
some nutcase behavior. You see, it did land onto crashes,
That's
but
far.
just there's way too many people around there. Again, respect.
Holy shit, that's size, bro.
Respect for going for the play, but keeping
Who's time
things
was this?
simple might have had PRX already close out the map at this point. And a couple of rounds ago, it felt like they were completely in control. Now it does
PRX.
not.
Now it's flipped. 180.
Thing is, though, PRX again could just go back to playing those fast attack sides, and we've yet to see Fnatic demonstrate they have an answer.
Yeah.
There's been no evidence that they actually can deal with that pace. But the more that you have to battle against their map points, the more you start to overthink things.
Big man for Danger as he just got a 6k. Nobody can stop him. Yeah.
Will be a difficult mental barrier to overcome for PRX if they lose control here. They did such a good job getting to overtime, denying 5 map points.
Bro, the KDA difference. The KDA difference between Kayak, Crashies, Chronicle, Alpha, and Boaster, bro. The kills, the kill difference.
Fnatic's job is to
No.
keep that
No, it's in that.
He's taking a peek here early. It's an operator in his hands. Wall up and over. You don't anticipate this one. It's a classic play, or do you? Heads up play. You're trying to use those walls against PRX. They were born in it, molded by that play.
Beautiful anticipation from Forsaken. Now the wall does still block.
Don't know why Kayak pushed that, to be honest.
He's pushed up.
We don't really push it, but nice! Nice!
Oh my God, man! Does he deliver?
That's huge.
Taken out eventually.
That was worth his death.
Brought it into a 3v3. Hearing the footsteps. The
Sage, Viper, Silver.
Just grasps it immediately.
Okay, they still got the util to do the retake,
Crashies would have to be
but Crashies is a bit.
to get this across the line.
Towards the back of the box. Walking forwards here, there's a wall into their faces. There's a game on those.
Crashies have an issue here.
Crashies, surely not long for the world.
Yeah, watch Evan.
There it is, Patman from behind.
Fuck, we got another round of OT.
It's not done yet.
I respect Boaster, but Boaster ain't clutching this 1v3, bro.
A round where Fnatic
Yeah.
tried to pull out a cutesy play.
500 gifted if he does chat.
Leaves the caller in a 1v3.
Told you.
He's destroyed
Told you.
at the end. 15-15. Neither team can get a proper advantage over the other and get a grip on this. They're bringing out tactics they probably haven't tried in quite some time. Both teams have got depth.
One enemy remaining.
But things get scrappy the deeper you get.
You are insane, bro. You are insane, though.
All compliments.
Thanks.
Back up on their feet here. 15-15.
Well, PRX fighting aggro.
Aggro as anything.
That's Kayak.
One shot to the dome. Jing is gone. Wants a little bit more with that dash active. It's going to be used on either side. Something just needs to try and escape. He's got the safety net of Forsaken watching over the shoulder.
And Fnatic back up, anticipating some level of aggression elsewhere around the map. Alpha almost got an opportunity to pick off Patman in mid with that attack up. And Patman is not going to go for it again. PRX are anticipating a re-hit here, and that does look like the idea here.
Just cautious for now, though.
And Fnatic always with these opportunities to pivot back to Boaster. Boaster's done a very good job in this map of just applying options, giving himself options to work with. His is the more passive role, just making sure nobody pushes out of B. And once again, Patman is asked to do so much.
On a knife's edge here, on top of the wall, it's a dart. Trying to take this timing pass. He's going to try and push forwards. Take the fight to it. There's an orb in the face of these players. Wall up now on top of it. Creeping forwards already.
He caught this timing before.
Wall up though. Surely it's going to be watched for. Spam happening, occurring. Popping up on towards the top.
Lucky.
Alpha! How the hell did you land that one? Spike planted.
Fnatic would definitely get his round win, for sure.
This spot here again. Alpha, shoulder, peeking out. Taken out. Deep down
But I don't think they'll close the game now.
Prime's ready and finally let loose with the slow orbs. You can see that 3-2-1 with a swing. Timing to be taken. Something's on the flank. Already ripping his way all the way past. Needs to be taken out. Something. He's found it. Dash back already. But the time is ticking away.
2 bullets.
And 2 bullets, 2 players, not enough to get it all done.
They need to close it now.
Again with a really
Like,
solid round.
I love a good game, bro, but I am not sitting here for 5 maps OT. Or, correction, 3 more maps OT.
The timing that Patman tries to take, he was rewarded for it previously. This time though, not focusing on the planter, seeing if he could catch a player that was looking to defend and failed.
Come on, boys.
Forsaken pulls out the Odin to try to deny the wall, perhaps?
Second guessing it.
Yeah, decides not to go for
The thing is,
it. in the end.
PRX is a very aggressive team, right?
TP's forwards.
So
This is it.
Fnatic needs to respect it, fall off, and play a retake.
Trying to lock in, trying to step up to that task that's ahead of them here.
And there's the player that's been driving the train forwards. The engine power was coming from Jing in all of these fast attack rounds. Now something has to step up an entry. Dash already popped.
Kayak still here. Put over towards the top there, just spotting it out. And
Nice.
done something. One bullet to the chest is all it takes for Fnatic. They can feel it. Energy here on their sides. 3v5, it's all contact called for here by PRX. They're hoping there's an overextension. Never in a million years though. Fnatic are always going to be disciplined. Snakebite up and over. Dodged and juked down towards the back to buy. He's to land these shots. There's no freebies handed to him. Fnatic just bite it out.
They're always expecting PRX to be the ones making the play. The time is going to be ticking here for Fnatic, though. They've got to go at some
Hello,
point.
double face up towards the top.
By frustrated, no way release this one. This should end. This should end at 17-15. There we go.
Never denied it.
Let's go.
Hard going all the way through, but they have made it even.
So many opportunities to close this one out, and finally Fnatic managed to grab one of them. 17-15. Both of these maps have been a grind. And in a final like this, so much is about endurance and how you pace yourself. Up next, Fnatic's permaban.
This mother doesn't need respect. Come on!
See, Alpha is raging.
No!
Alpha is hungry.
Normally we say respect everyone, fear no one, but they don't give respect to them, okay? Just swing them, just smash their heads, okay?
Turkish wolf is hungry.
I'm actually staring at the camera saying that, it's funny. Chat, look at the kill difference, by the way. Between Boaster and rest, bro. Like, look at this, ready? Look. Boaster, 11-22. Alpha, 25-25. Chronicle, 24-19. Crashy, 26-19. Kayak, 32-23. You know how fucking huge the gap that is? Like, I know Boaster is the IGL, so I think he's aimed at the match to an extent. But holy, I did not know that kill difference was that huge. 32 rounds that game was on for.
The human body was built to move.
All sunsets KOs. 23, 24, 13, 11, 10. Okay, so it's like a normal game, no one really, like... The next Pale Lotus split. So yeah, I thought so. I thought I banned Ascent now. Yeah, banned Haven and Ascent.
Ergonomically engineered
Cam.
for you. Gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
Yeah, whilst we wait for...
What's up, everybody? Vansilly back on the floor right now. Well, you know what time it is. When I'm at the bottom of the stairs on the stage, it's time to play a game. It's time to play pop-off. I'm still waiting for my contestants to come on. Actually, let's bring them right now. We actually have Abigail representing Fnatic, and Kat, please come in. Everybody, Toronto, give them a hand of applause. My friends, it has been an intensive game so far. How are you doing? I think your voice is almost as gone as mine.
Yeah, I'm out of breath.
Awesome. And for you, Kat, are you going for PRX here? I'm pretty sure it's a 1-1 score line. You think they're going to win it all?
Oh, for sure.
Awesome. Okay, Kat, I had you coming on. I was like, hey, do you know what we're doing? And you said you have no idea. So the premise around this, it's popping off. So I'm a bandwagoner. I don't know who to go for anymore. I don't know if it's going to be Fnatic or PRX. So you guys are going to help me predict. So you're going to lace on to these apparels that we have. Apparatus. There you go. I got my English right. And then we're going to have you pump a balloon. And if your balloon pops, that means it's going to be your team winning the next map. Are you ready for that? So we're gonna get our cardio in. Are we good for that?
All right, yeah. Let's go.
How many steps do you do a day?
Oh, like 5.
How about you, Abigail?
What?
How many steps do you do a day?
Oh, not sometimes. 0.
This is gonna be intense then, I guess. I don't know how many steps we're gonna take here, but we're gonna get the helmet up. Let's get the helmet up.
Wait, so what's the point of the pump?
Kat, you got the Paper X with the balloon. Abigail.
Oh, I see how it
you ready for that one
works.
as well? Too much hair. We didn't plan this really on trying to get the helmet on time. Yeah, make sure you have your balance right as well. But Toronto, are we gonna try to go here for Abigail with Fnatic? Or how about
Bro,
Kat
it's taken
with
2
PRX?
minutes to set this up so far.
I saw the votes up there, and it looked like there was a lot of Paper X fans in the audience and around the world. So, all Paper X fans, louder than Fnatic. Paper X, make some noise. And Fnatic, make some noise.
Bro's got cut off. Bro's got cut off. His little segment got cut off, bro.
Welcome back, everyone. And
Fnatic won.
Fnatic won. In case you're wondering, Fnatic won the balloon thing, majigum, whatever that is.
Official name, by the way.
That is the actual
Yeah.
name of it. Indeed, it is. But we are all knotted up 1-to-1 in this series here. It's now time for our Verizon high-speed moment. This one gonna go to Alfier because we ended up seeing actually this Fnatic team really get awoken in this one. They needed this in order to get back into this maybe.
They absolutely did. This was their must-win map in this series, and they had a bit of a rough start. Went down 0-4, lost the bonus round, but then as he has stepped up it many times throughout this tournament, it was Fnatic, or it was Alfier, I should say, who brought Fnatic back into this one. He has been playing so well individually throughout this entire run. Just looks so confident on that stage, Bea.
Sometimes you have to be confident, you have to disrespect your opponent, and Alpha needs this kind of rounds. He knows that he's the player that can put the rest of his team in his shoulders and have this kind of moments to bring them back into the game, because those 4 rounds had been so successful for
So
the
we keep seeing the
side
same
of
kills
Paper
over and
X.
over again
If
with
this
Slow-Mo.
hadn't happened, we wouldn't be where we are right now.
Yeah, and if
so it would be different.
If we're thinking ahead to who might put on that bracelet and be MVP in a couple hours, I think the top contenders for Fnatic right now
Definitely
are
ranked,
Alpha
like, since
and
we,
Cardinal,
no, we
both
haven't.
of whom had really
No,
good
he
maps
has.
that game.
Yeah, but
Big
let's
one.
not forget about the rookies, though, right? Because we've been
say.
seeing
that's today.
Kayak as well as Patman step up a couple of times here.
Yeah,
Bea.
today.
It's been great to see the rookies take to the stage like this.
It's so important. We
Yeah, play with.
had clutches coming in from Patman. His lurks were
He's
on
had a
point
good.
and an absolute pain in the ass to deal with for Fnatic. Kayak also 11-3 in opening duels, and we were seeing it round after round because of the approach that Fnatic has in this map. Yes, they're very good at retaking and whatnot, but against a team that doesn't really have that many means to get the spike down, Kayak needed to be the one actually spearheading from the defense, making use of that
Patman and
overload
Kayak
that
are
he's
just
so good at.
rookies.
What impressed me the most of his defensive offense wasn't even when he was going for forward
Full back-
peaks. It was when Fnatic was flying back and getting set.
Full
for
Patman
the
played
so
last
he
year,
took
no?
really good
So he ain't
angles
rookie
to
anymore,
punish
eh?
Paper X trying to fight deep into side. Because the way you counter Sage retake teams is you fight into backside. And constantly, Kayak was able to deny those angles, keep the players from Paper X push back, and make those retakes that Fnatic just kept winning so easy to pull off.
Yeah, but of course, we started to see things get a little wonky as the
You wanna
series
go up there, boy?
as the map continued forward here. But what we did get was a strong Fnatic second half.
You wanna go up there?
And we were seeing Fnatic come back into this one.
You wanna
but
go up there?
Don't get me wrong, though. This could have gone either way, especially with the way OT played out.
Yeah, exactly. I think that starting with this strong second part of the map, when they go onto the defense,
That's
they
pretty over there.
stand up very, very
My face
strong.
kinda stuck.
6 half is a very good result when you
Yeah.
start on the attack. So for Fnatic to understand how to play this map against Paper X, having those initiations was very, very important.
Oh, that's on
Early
the
on
edge.
for them,
Go forward a
they
bit
had
more.
such
Go forward a bit more,
read
bro.
on that piss around to punish the
Go
Paper
forward.
X players
There
who
we
were
go.
pushing in through mid. Fnatic's the team was really good at slowing things
I
down,
feel stuck
taking
there.
that step back, punishing aggression, and then playing those
I almost hit the edge back
advantageous
step
later
off.
rounds, which is super successful early on. But as we got deeper into that second half, the chaos started to seep in.
How are you
and
doing? How you
Paper
doing?
X, I mean, nearly brought it back.
Were you good? How was your heart? How you handling it?
My heart was okay, but it's like sometimes you see a gap in a map and you see Paper X taking advantage of that, and you're like, please, I know you know, I know you know, Fnatic.
Hey, but you know what though? Now we
I
know
feel
we'll
like-
be heading over to map 3, Pearl, and definitively we're going to
I don't know.
Lotus for sure.
I bet
to settle
map
this.
might end.
But let's talk
Or
about
Lotus.
how this series layout has
I
played
can't
out.
remember
It does feel like
how good
everything
Fnatic's
has
Lotus is.
gone
I'm pretty
as
sure they
expected.
played it in both their
Remember,
last like 2
we calling
games.
PRX for map 1, Fnatic for
So it
map
might
2,
be pretty
but now we're
strong,
going to
but
Pro, which
I've
Fnatic
got a
do not
feeling
like.
PRX get
Not
end
bad.
on
They
Lotus.
played it one time this year, but oh my god. Is this a spoiler?
He's hovering the neon.
Alpha year, are you doing this? I was going to say they've only played it once this year. It is a map that Fnatic hate. Previous to that, 2022 in VCT is not something that we see a lot from PRX though. This is the first map that they played in this competition and a 13-1 win for them against Heretics. So it's very smart for them to be picking this map as their third one. And Alpha, are you going to do? He used to play the neon on this map. We haven't seen it a lot, but with this double duelist approach from Fnatic, I'm liking it.
And this is basically the comp that we saw T1 be very successful with when they were playing and when they went on to win Masters Bangkok. On defense, especially, those two duelists can work so well together to play into these flood retakes. It's two players that we know have been playing amazingly just as shooters this tournament. I would love to see this comp get locked for Fnatic.
Well, they're still hovering over it. They haven't made any changes as far as like selecting other options. They're using that time effectively to communicate, right? Because you know Boaster wants to make sure that he's just giving the orders to the troops, right? And it's very important to make sure that you lock this thing down.
If that was the must-win map on Icebox for Fnatic, I think
oh my god!
This is the map that PRX needs to win. You cannot pick into your opponent's permaban and lose to them there. That sets up a very scary end to this series. Then, for the boys from APAC.
In the words of Admiral Akbar, is it a trap? Are we in for a trap? What is going on here?
It might be. You know, you're going into the unknown. PRX knows this map very well. Going back into this double duel.
Wait, Crashy's leaked plans. Neon Euro Sova Fake B. Something after a KJ something art walks up. Then go B something something. I don't know. Anti-eco, anti-vice default. Eco do whatever. 5 I think. I don't know. I can't really read it, but Crashy strats have just been released. So if these strats actually get used and Fnatic wins rounds, that means Crashies is the reason, bro. But no, I don't understand, chat. Look how basic the stand is.
was also them beginning on their attack side, which means we barely saw the defense whatsoever.
Like, only one side is decorated, that's annoying.
Phenomenally good, at least in the one example we saw at this tournament. We actually don't know anything about their defense. PRX might suck at defending on this map. We don't know yet. It has been a very good map for them domestically though, and so if you look back there, you shouldn't be too worried about things. And I would echo what the desk is saying. You've got to win on your
Let's play against Cheat 27, a dubs. We love cheaters, bro.
That sometimes that is easier said than done. These teams, when they have a permaban, are able to come out with a weird comp, like for example Alpha on Neon, and they're able to throw caution to the wind and play with a level of recklessness that you wouldn't expect sometimes. If Fnatic had any map that they just decided to send it on, it would be here on Pearl. And it puts all the pressure right back on PRX after they just lost in OT.
Seeing Fnatic on that attack side here as we step into Pearl. Big group up early on. We can see it up here on the casting desk, but potential for some early fights occurring out towards B.
Map 3, where things really start to heat up in a BO5 grand final here. Something and Divide, looking down B long, wondering if they want to take contact early. PRX trying to fight over both edges of the map. And now spreading back out again to make sure they collect any timings like this that have gone missing. But exactly as Chronicle and Boaster go to take some art control, Jing was backing up.
Posted now. Oh my goodness. Forsaken, not to be outdone.
Boaster gets first kill of the round, and it's a nasty shot of the Ghost.
Yeah, short work is made to the opposition. Fnatic now cleaving the map into partitions, and they're not going to be denied this plant. Divide would have to go absolutely crazy. Chronicle 3-piece to get things started here on
Yeah, this over actually, no man.
Something we haven't discussed too much as well is how much the first kills are going the way of Fnatic. First map, I was looking at it and I was like, wow, that's kind of ridiculous actually. They're getting a ton. And then it happens again. Pretty much the same way. Even though the maps are close, Fnatic is dominating in the first kill department. Across these first two maps, they're up plus 14, now plus 15 after that pistol. So PRX are constantly having to battle back from being down 4v5. Now sometimes
I thought Marshall was interesting to see.
instantly if they're death balled together. But it's worth keeping in mind here.
Time to jump.
Every player apart from Boaster, very positive in the first kill department.
Oh yeah.
And Chronicle, he had massive impact in the pistol round, and now with just the Sheriff, is able to go wandering. He's got a little more freedom.
Players are posted, getting into spot and position. They're seeing signs of life here, but immediately eviscerated. Dubai doing backflips towards the back of the site, and rifle in hand. Okay, Kayak trying to test himself a little bit. Sharp with the aim of the first shot, but step forward, stall anticipated, and recovered when it comes to the weaponry.
Throwing down the spike as well to make sure that they prioritize Crashy's ultimate. No, giving it over instead to Chronicle, who's a little closer to the lockdown, which is a pretty huge tool that you can work with.
Oh, boys.
Spanks Alpha, yeah? But he's only got Frenzy to be able to work with.
That's not much.
Would be a ridiculous 1v4. I don't think the chances are particularly high.
Unlikely.
Fnatic trying to keep it clean, putting the rifle into Chronicle's hand as well.
Sagan's not going to be taking any peeks here, so a strong beginning. The Fnatic here on Pearl, as we said it, and we set it up.
Did you defuse maybe?
Series of unknowns on either side.
Yeah, so much to wonder about. I mean, the EMEA teams in general don't really love playing on Pearl. But Fnatic, no exception to that. Not a team that's had even historic success, particularly here. But also, they knew 100% that they were going to be playing it here today. So the two maps, in my opinion, if I put myself in Fnatic's coaching shoes, I'd be prepping hardest for Sunset and for Pearl.
Enemy remaining. Go, go, go.
Sunset, they put up a really good showing. There was a possibility that they could have taken that one, but this we'll have to see. Boaster with the attack op.
Okay. Round 3.
I mean, it's not like he's never done it before, but round 3?
Yeah, bonus round. When you least expect it. Quick little glide and dash to the side. Fights to be hard. Jing, he loses his out. Instant dismissal. Alpha, you might be getting a bit overzealous there, but the stun's ricocheting. It's random spam. Over the shoulder, finding that gap. Something snaps down, and Boaster's done.
Where's Boaster out?
Things out as well. I think even spotting out that they did invest into that operator.
Yeah, so they might be expecting the Fnatic will go back and try to recover that over towards B.
Where's that one going?
I mean, I don't think
Surely
that
not thinking
Kayak's
about
ever
it.
going to actually take that one. Certainly not with Divine watching it like a hawk.
No.
Alpha took a lot of
Keg's unknown, he'll know about it.
Get a little more aggressive and pushes luck.
Why he playing you, chat? TV's a
It's
camp
gonna be
most
tough for him
times.
to get too much impact. This round, probably on Kayak.
Good connector. Boaster. Okay, well Forsaken is doing a lot of work. Deadlifting that portion of the map and taking it fully away from Fnatic. And yeah, Alpha's like, wait a second.
Go, go, go.
I mean, his job here might just be to try to collect the operator and something.
Exactly.
He's got it on lock. Dealt with Boaster early on.
And
Closes
down,
down.
so he's aware of it even. We just saw there, obtained the upgrade of himself. So there's going to be a defensive operator now to worry about if you are Fnatic.
And I think they might have just given
I one tap.
a really lovely gift over to the defenders. It's a questionable decision, I think, from Boaster. Especially the way that he was trying to get set up with the op. So now in this round, Alpha, yeah, the player with some of the sharpest aim in the entire server, is going to bring a judge out.
Well, we'll see what he can do with it. Get up into their faces perhaps already, and he's going to look to do that over the Wanted. Nasty stuff from Forsaken. Takes control of the rifle in his hands. That's a hard time.
The back is so trying.
And Alpha, yeah, denied immediately. Maybe trying to push his luck a little. Not a duelist that he's super familiar with.
Bits and pieces of util now. I mean, it's going to be held into the hands of these Fnatic players, looking to see if they can take a bit of mid-control. Clone. Sure. Oh, they're stuck onto the corner. It doesn't even trigger the wall. And a season and aid. Oh, done! These combinations are cooking! That's a foul concoction if you are Fnatic. You're going to need those heroics!
Yeah, this round is cooked.
Crashes in a 1v5.
This map might
That's
be
a
cooked.
beautiful round put
I
together
don't
from
get where
PRX.
both the op.
It really is.
Why would you force the
Wall
op?
bang even all the way through mid.
Especially if your
A
team
little bit of damage on the crashes.
needs
The
smoke.
combo of the C's nade
You're
into
now
the
risking
wall and
4,700 credits.
just destroys Fnatic, but they'd already been set up.
Actually 5,700 because you're actually showed well. So you're spending literally half of max credits on a risky,
And then
like,
his
just
clone
idea.
stuck, failing to
Like,
trigger out
if
the
it
wall.
works, then fair enough. But
You can definitely see, I think, that Fnatic
the
are
op
less
is not
the
going
ball.
well.
Yep.
The details are not perfect here.
Roll going amiss. That's ridiculous. Okay.
The slide is really late, though. I mean, he's jumping through and trying to slide.
That's not a shot, that's not a shot.
And that's a silly way of ending.
A load of surprises.
I'm it.
Another little evil chuckle there from Pat.
Yeah, it didn't look just special, bro, that's all.
And now Fnatic's economy, not in a good spot. They forced up in the previous one, like I said, with that judge.
Which would be?
And something is just sitting pretty on the other side of the map with Boaster's operator.
Still in his hands, still watching that deep B line. Makes the guessing game a little bit easier and a lot of stall util.
Yeah. I mean, if it ends up landing kills here,
All the way up.
Fnatic are going to be feeling really bad about the fact that such a valuable asset has gone into the hands of PRX. It's like Mini in weapon form.
Something's really trying to min-max.
Let him drone, let him drone, let him drone.
The gate crash, backs himself out here.
Bro, I genuinely thought someone was going to be off the drone.
Ducking, juking.
Oh, don't know. Don't know.
Discipline is going to be there from Fnatic. Do you expect something to be here? That's the question.
It's a great flash.
Took to the side here, just stepping up, and wow, okay.
Better shot.
That's overkill. Head's going to be rolling straight off the shoulders there.
Alpha does have his ult to be able to work with, but maybe Alpha's job here is just going to be to try to run a fake and pull eyes towards B. You see Chronicle inserted over towards A, as the rest of the team tries to go back over towards and connect with this guy.
Chronicle's got to get some damage done too. Anything to crack this one open. Contact plays for now. Been peeked out of eye. Just there's the thorns. Down below it, it's going to be swinging wide. That flash is a good connection.
Not much point to do there.
Already ready to supplement. Deep dart dealt with. Almost lining themselves up for it. It is precise from PRX. Surgical almost, and it leaves it into Alfier's hands. Too much for him to
He's
do.
trying to be there, bro. Should keep the Guardian.
Very
First kill was
comfortable
ballsy
there,
enough.
from Divide.
Let her go
Super
for a second.
comfortable in that kind of spot. Showing you exactly how to play around it. The flash, the thorns. And he's got a perfect idea of where the player's going to be positioned. Chronicle core. But now the rifles are back for Fnatic.
Oh no, chat. I definitely want to go to shots.
A low recon, and now Alpha gets a Vandal.
Halfway is outside.
Something still with an operator, so always that's going to be a difficult one to work around. But Alpha's got to be the player that you've got eyes on to try to crack this open. 3 players though from PRX on the other side.
20. Still misfortune.
The top there with a dart.
Chat, it's 9 PM and it's still bright outside.
Push away an opper that was going to be playing Pillar. This is going to be a fight though from PRX.
Crunches far back here. There's going to be that flash play. It's
If this match goes to all 5 maps,
Drawing bloods. Jing, he's hard committed onto the corner. Do you want to stay here? Oh my goodness!
it's gonna end at like midnight, bro.
Satchels. Barely there to evacuate. He's going to be taking a high ground. All perch now. Called for a wrap and rotation as the entirety of Art is given up. Fnatic have access now to this A site.
Full control, and only something here. Fnatic should be on the line before the Yoru player.
Doubled up into the back of the site here, but again, oh my goodness, it's the minor of margins. Just spotting another player, but is he expecting from behind? How, I should say Chronicle.
I mean, the movement's amazing there from something.
Doesn't want to overstep himself. Chronicle still under control towards the back of it. The turret was placed down. Alpha's time to shine. He's going to be the playmaker here into this spot. The clone going to be taking a bullet to the brain for him. But Fnatic putting that crunch on them.
Nice.
They drag it here 3-3.
And now bring a tackle. Oh god. Wait, please get posted up again. Just leave you up on the ground.
I've got a question about what the hell went wrong with that PRX fight over towards B long. Before
Put the fries in the bag, bro.
I think there was a team flash that came out.
They might have shot the clone, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. But everybody really heavily blinded up there from PRX.
Yeah.
Just as they went to try to trigger the play.
Frustration on the face of something.
Op v Op. It's actually Alpha, yeah, who's going to be running it this time.
Okay.
As they try to take space towards B. Crashies is hearing this. Something with the P. Punished.
Nice shot, Crashies. Nice fucking shot.
Crashies does punish.
It's about as deep as you can get in the first 10 seconds over towards A main. A ridiculous angle for something to be fighting towards. He was hoping it would be unexpected, but can't quite hit the flick. And now in a 4v5, once again, by the way, Fnatic getting the opening pick. PRX are going to be incentivized to go for some kind of info peek play around the map. That's where Alpha's op could end up working its magic.
Flash got acknowledgement.
Yeah, you don't need to go for the active info just yet.
You should run.
You can feel it here with a lockdown. Drop down under
Okay.
Fnatic. You want to clear this one out cleanly. Wall up. I'm trying to take this space. Pulled out a lot of util in the process, and you have to respect it.
Alpha throwing the operator over to Crashies as well, who can just play post plant with that weapon and his Hunter's Fury.
He's incredibly pushed forwards here, but okay, just spotted out there with the info. Shorty of his own, Hunter's Fury. Hold on, ton of connections. Crashies looking for a little bit more, but just a one tag. Lights up a few of them. Showstopper. He's going to be committed. And Alpha trying to hold his ground down, but like a rocket again.
Nice my stuff.
This time,
That's a huge fucking kill take. But now you have the weapon, so GG's good luck.
away with a steel garden. Divide looking to try and reclaim some of that space. Boaster not removed. Kayak's from behind. Full control.
That's Kayak.
Containment is ordered, and Fnatic have got it all under lock.
Nice.
Divide towards the end, caught in a mess of smokes and ults. Couldn't figure out how to navigate a tricky situation. I think they needed Jing to be able to pick up that kill in back halls. But the duelist taking some wild fights. Alpha deep pushed up as well, just trying to play off the back of Crashies' ultimate. Fnatic, honestly, look like they've got some nice game plans on their attack side.
Three of them. I had three of them with my ult.
They're definitely in control.
And like you said, Brent, there was a huge connection with Crashies' ultimate the first time he ripped it. Got 3 players down to 70 health. That definitely helped Alpha. But yeah, let's return back to the game plan from Fnatic then. It's that same slow-paced style on their attack side that they've been playing all tournament, and PRX are getting baited into going for these fights. And that's then allowing Fnatic to go for pretty simple execs and get the plant down. And the one thing that Fnatic's been amazing at all tournament long, really entirety of this team, has been post plants. They've been winning 82% of their post plants in this tournament. If you're PRX, you cannot allow them to get that spike down. But that also does mean fighting, and Fnatic are ready and waiting for it.
PRX can feel this map potentially slipping out of their grasp. Has been back and forth, to be sure, but Fnatic are stringing together these rounds nicely at this point.
And this next one could be massively important, because you look at Forsaken, Divide, Something's Operator, they wouldn't have any of those weapons back online.
Money again, Deep Horn. I'm going to break this one. Alpha looking to get posted. It's him versus Something. Oh my goodness, that's immediately. The clone going to be taking that bullet for him.
And Alpha instantly gets on the line. Doesn't see a re-peek though, and Boaster's calling for this regroup on A. Jing, Danger player, tucked. Forsaken playing a bait and switch.
I think no, though. This A main control is going to be lost to them prior. There might be a timing thrown forwards. Jing just swinging out wide. It's all anticipated. With open arms, Alpha is turning you into mincemeat.
That's a crazy play from Kayak, and Alpha's there again.
He's just playing his team in perfectly. Put your body on the line because at this point,
Oh, Ace.
stop him. 4 kills, Ace online. The crowd wants it. They're cheering. Get out.
No.
Looked out of the sky.
4 HP between him and a sick clip. But I don't think Devi's going to be able to keep this up. Alpha has done way too much. And Chronicle cleans up the dregs. That round demonstrates not only the incredible awareness they have of PRX, knowing that Jing is going to be playing that position, or at least a serious threat of it. Alpha's attack level gets value, but then the killer instinct afterwards to dismantle the play and push forwards into an Astra that's way too far out of position. Alpha continues to get further and further ahead, I think.
Yeah, Alex is happy, bro. He's happy.
12 and 6. Shutting it all down for PRX.
Okay.
I'm going to bring this one back here. It's aggression, a staple of this team. Now through mid.
Boaster
up on it.
Boaster, I think, just calling to try to keep some of these anti-ecos pretty simple. You know that teams are going to try to fight over towards mid, so they've got Chronicle watching that. You just have Crashies feeding you info on the other side, and then you try to end B. That's a lot of damage through onto Chronicle, though.
The bodies, Forsaken. Creeps ever closer. TP into spawn. I think that might have been heard. Forsaken. Cross their placement. Trying to land those shots. Good awareness from Kayak. Spam straight through the wall. Sent flying towards them. Hello. There's a lot of damage on the Chronicle. Could have been a kill. Nana Swarm's committed. Anything to clear these players out up through the top section of B. This is Manic. This is Chaos. PRX trying to take the fight straight to them. They don't care about the battle lines that are drawn out normally.
Batman, he could be a difference maker. Why are they not thinking there could be anyone on A?
Full knives out, and they've opened up a bit of a mistake here. As you mentioned, Patman upgrade. Acquire with a rifle.
And Boaster is stuck.
Boaster get out of the
Boaster has the spike, 25 seconds, creeping around behind Patman.
Knifeful committed.
Nice.
Push forward as a result of it. No one really ready for this one, but it's brought
Boaster,
2v2.
be aware.
Trying to get a move on. Crashies now. Rolls reversed. He's the one putting the pressure in the
Nice Crashies.
Onto Patman. He's earned his team a life.
They didn't know about Devi. Okay, they do.
Devi, though, somehow manages to time that recon, but Crashies is aware.
Tagged up. Just by the drone, Fnatic. Put them into a post plan, and they will thrive.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Boaster just got escorted the entire way through. Turned into the VIP, and Crashies
Boaster has good.
Everyone off him.
For the first time. Going to be used now. Devi, one hell of a clutch is required. And none of the space to do it. Shock darts flying. Crashies just playing his life perfectly. Impeccable work.
Nice!
Indeed, Fnatic.
That is a sick round from Crashies. He's asked to do way too much in that situation. Alpha gets caught on the B re-clear, and Crashies has to push forward, dodge a
Boaster.
Get a kill, come back, defend Boaster as he gets the spike plant down. This fight against Patman, Boaster could have tried to run through, but Boaster wanted to make sure he didn't drop the spike.
You know how did you get 2 kills? Because I chilled. I kissed your hand.
Something's brought the op out again. Fnatic have been really good at navigating these kind of positions. Alpha takes a ton of damage early though.
A bit of spam through the wall. Dart overhead. Clone not broken either.
The utility's been really strong though at stopping something for being able to go up for these peaks.
Patman, that's brave. He's doing that solo.
A lot of the defense for PRX is solo, actually.
Yeah. Trust in the raw aim and mechanics to carry them through. And okay, Chronicle going peeking Jing with the swing.
That's nice support. Now something's going to take a risk and go for a peek into Kayak at B. Fnatic bait out the wall. Devi gets a little bit of info. And this fight... Sorry, I said peek into Kayak. It's Alpha.
Time to jump.
Alpha and something kind of staring at each other through walls. And Boaster's making the call to come back in this direction. They might not know that something's on the line.
Here.
Oh, he spotted him.
Oh, the ping's out. Deep position and target acquired. Alpha gone. Call for a pivot now by Fnatic. That was the backup policy. Alpha gone, you've got to try and set your sights in a different direction. 30 seconds left. Where are you going, Patman? Taking a peek. That is uncalled for. Looking for some information. Fnatic only just taking that timing now, but with 20 seconds stalled out by the Thorns, and you've got to get a move on. Sidestepping through, brought down to the...
My go, he said, fuck it. Let's run it in.
Damaged as anything in a flash and a repeat. Divide delivers.
That's phantom movement, chap.
They clean up that 5v3, never in danger when Devi's in an anchor spot. He does look so comfortable dealing with Fnatic when they actually finish on his side. The issue, I think, for PRX has been that sometimes they put themselves in too difficult positions. But this time, player advantage, and Fnatic are trying to head into a site with time not on their side. Something keeps the operator over towards B. He's been very stubborn with this placement. Fnatic have been mostly working around him pretty well. Last time he caught Alpha, yeah, he's going for it again.
Past it. More players though waiting to cross. Fnatic to clone, taking the bullet. Alpha with the peek, and that's swift dismissal.
That was very low.
He's lucky to survive that
he
one.
really is.
31 HP, one more Vandal bullet. PRX is going to try to put him on the line
trying to
again.
fight for this one. They're trying to take the pressure to them. That's a steel guard in the pocket to play in. Alpha still has his gun. Fake TPs. All that pressure is just dissuaded, diffused.
Fnatic don't really want to commit because they know that the stack is here, but they don't have another option. They don't have a lurker to go back to with info in mid or A.
Oh, a bit of spray down with the rifles. There's a gap in that smoke. Time to play with it, but already that cosmic divide is going to be fading. It's not going that way. It's traded out. Showstopper. It's here for Jing. When the time runs short here, you could be in dire straits. Forsaken. Looking like he wants to go for a peek of his own. Flash through in his face. TP into the back of Halls. Kayak. Anything to deal with him? My God, man!
Forsaken.
Just takes that timing to rip them to shreds. Patman.
Lucky.
He finishes what Forsaken began. Forsaken constantly the player in these unexpected positions. And again, just making Fnatic earn every moment. Constantly putting questions and challenges towards Fnatic. And often finding gaps that he can exploit. A lovely risk. Exactly at the right time. And PRX bring things up with an opportunity to get it level at the half. Jing's very fast with a haunt up towards B, but Fnatic don't know too much about that. They're on the exact opposite side, facing Devi. And Devi has been excellent anchoring A.
Runs forward, dimensional drift. Extra info gathered, and a peek from Devi. Forcing the ult out into the hands of Alpha. Good tracking. Locks onto it, something. What the hell are you playing at? Alpha is taking over.
What is going on with PRX? I mean, I know they want to play that aggressively. Here's Forsaken again, looking to try to make the play.
Hold on, he's busted up as well. Chronicle. Bullet to the back of the head of Forsaken. Shuts it down.
And now they're aware there's at least one person.
Now into that post once more. It's the last chance here in this first half.
It is planted as well for Secret.
It's a good setup from Fnatic. PRX trying to get a move on. Jing almost lined up for him. Just the one known, it leaves it to the rookie. He's been the glue for this team, but in a 1v2 already, players playing their lives, just spotting signs of life. Fought through. Tap, left guessing, but now spotting. Half on the defuse, might be earned. Patman holds it down, but again, just a peek and cracks.
Nice.
Deliver on to death.
Fnatic getting huge value out of the operator in this half. A really nice anti-strat to deal with PRX, where they go for these aggro peak timings. But I think PRX kind of lost the plot a little bit towards the end there. The ultimate from something bonkers. The swing from Devi, unusual because he was anchoring those spots passively so well. This is Fnatic's permaban map, and they are up 7-5 at the half.
You're so good, bro.
Unreal scenes from Fnatic. You're seeing smiles across the board for them. For now, though, we're going to send it down to Vansili, standing by with some of our co-streamer friends.
Thank you so much. We're hanging out here in the
Who the fuck are they?
booth, where I'm actually joined by legendary French casters Kitty and also Renault. Kitty, Renault, welcome to Toronto. I just want to ask you your experience first, starting with you, Kitty. How's Toronto been for you so far?
I don't know any
Very good.
people.
I love the food, and yeah, the matches have been amazing, so I really enjoy it.
And for you, Renault?
Yeah, it's the first time in Canada for me, and Toronto is a nice city. I'm having a good time.
And the games are actually pretty awesome so far for this grand finals. What's your take so far between this PRX and Fnatic game?
I think PRX can take it. I thought it was hard on Icebox, but they managed to come back, and I was not expecting this, so I think PRX can take it today.
Renault, what about you?
For the moment, everything is here. The game are tough. Fnatic is fighting back on Pearl. I didn't expect that, so it's just amazing to see that we have a very nice grand final.
Awesome. And now that I have your presence with me, is it okay if I practice my French? I'm going to start asking you a question in French.
Avec plaisir.
So, what do you guys think about the new map Corrode? Comment trouvez-vous la nouvelle map Corrode?
Je m'attendais pas du tout à ce qu'on ait autant de petits angles à check. Les bombes sites sont très surprenants et donc je m'attends juste à énormément de gunfight sur les points, les choke points. Et donc ouais, moi j'ai juste hâte de la jouer tout simplement.
That's actually pretty cool because now you're saying basically if you don't understand French, all the words were in English there. So choke points are cool, bomb sites are awesome, spike sites, there's going to be a lot of quick gunfights, so I'm looking forward to that one. What about you, Renaud?
Moi, la chose qui m'a surprise, c'est les wallbangs partout. C'est vrai que la map a l'air d'être conçue pour ça. Et j'ai hâte de voir comment les équipes vont jouer comme ça avec les Odin, les Guardians, etc.
Alors, merci beaucoup. Désolé, on n'a plus assez de temps, fait qu'on va retourner avec le match. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's get back to the game.
No translation for that.
Let's head straight back into it. Vantley just flexing, really. And
I know.
Lorax is on board.
I mean, does the Lorax speak French? Do the trees speak French?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Maybe they do in different parts of Canada. All right, let's take a look at the Coinbase Econ report. I mean, one of the players here that's up towards the top, Alpha, who had an op in his hand at various points, was getting kills with a shorty, was getting kills with his ultimate, with a Vandal. He's doing everything everywhere. And you heard it as they went into the halftime. Crashies saying, you are so good. It must be wonderful for Crashies to be on this side of it rather than the other side of it, as he was in the past playing for Optic and NRG.
Frequent. I mean, Crashies, a staple in best of fives. He's used to them.
He is. He's had the second most grand finals appearances out of any player in Valorant. Only behind Chronicle, tied with Boaster.
Yeah, which you wouldn't expect.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? Well, they got so many with the Optic NRG core, and then back here again. Incredible stuff from him.
And they go into really get this ball rolling here. 7-5, Boaster, timing taken. Hello, right Glytch not delivering him what he wanted. PRX are the ones who survive, but Alpha.
A shot.
Instant response. He does claim the life divide. Go for a swing and a peek, and that is
nice.
That is beautiful by Fnatic.
Oh, that's unreal.
It's poetry in motion.
The synergy there on the wide swing and Alpha readjusting targets.
Holy.
Forsaken's been good, but
I want to put that deep, bro.
Able to recover situations like this, surely.
Spike down, hold on, his damage done. To Alpha at least, but behind, Kayak just trying to remove those wing cons, and there's damage done to Forsaken. He's going to be able to have access to the spike.
There is a possibility. He'd have to get funky with a smoke, though, and somehow pick off a cheap kill on Alpha.
Not available. Dead Sit consumed is going to bloom, blossom, partition up the site. Bit of spam from Fnatic. Hoping to catch a freebie. Second star down. Consumed again, just trying to cut up the sight lines onto this one. Chronogodo peeks it.
Good shit. Let's go, boys.
Takes it.
As if Alpha needed more. They feed the beast.
I'll be right back, Let me get to it real quick.
That showcases synergy as well from a duo that have not been having like too much experience in these kind of roles, you know. You got Alpha as a hard entry here, and then playing Crashies in. Crashies still somewhat new to the team, and Alpha doesn't play a lot of the hard entry like this, but that's masterful stuff.
Your comms are insane, your aim is insane, you're insane.
And Crashies is loving his time with this team.
Yeah.
He's talked so much about how good the vibes are, and surrounded by incredible talent.
They're in full control of this map.
Which is mad to say. It truly is.
Done. Forwards again, forcing the issue. Boaster from behind. Quick work there with a stinger.
Getting funky with it.
Yeah. More forwards will not help you Much at all. The fight is immediately gone, and this is just complete control, isn't it? Fnatic gliding, sliding forward, trying to set up Chronicle for the goods, and Boaster right there to claim it.
Really aggro, following in behind Alpha's timings. Boaster there, disrespecting the smoke as well. Look at him, running inside of it with a nano, knowing that he's going to catch the timing on the PRX players. And when this is your permaban, like Fnatic, there's no way of PRX knowing what's coming for them. You can afford to do silly things, one-and-done things, because it only has to work once.
Oh, yeah.
You only have to win one time on Pearl. Fnatic don't have to be an amazing Pearl team, they just have to win once. Right here.
That puts all the pressure onto PRX. Not that it's not there already, but 4-round lead for Fnatic.
And I don't think PRX can afford to lose this one. I mean the round and the map.
Tuck to the side, that's something as a deep TP. Claims the life of Kayak. Moving forwards though, drifting to the side. Boaster looking to see if he can stay alive. Alpha! Deep dash forwards, and now you're seeing signs potentially the things are going a little bit skew with, not quite as practiced.
I mean, having said that though, Brent, they're still in a 2v3 here, Fnatic. There's still a lot of danger. Especially when it's Chronicle, Crashies, both really good in a clutch. PRX should be able to close this out, but they also need to close this out.
Both Fnatic players in the same position, waiting for the dart timing. Thorns, deaded. Dart to back Hall's. Hall's going to be used as a response for it, and there it is.
Good flash timing too from Divide. Completely catches Chronicle. And 3 rifles saved. Bunch of armor as well. That's going to keep PRX in this one. Very aggressive on the peak from something. And Jing ready for that re-clear. Alfie has gone for it quite a few times now on defense. All 3 rounds, we've seen him slide in, trying to play somebody else in around mid. And this time, Jing wise to it. And look, the eco's a little wonky here for Fnatic again. Alpha with a judge. I do like this play. Seen PRX go for this before. Recall smokes, horn, flash. Allows Jing to get set up. Very difficult to contest A main against that kind of pressure. And then PRX, they threaten that they could have left somebody inserted. And they're going to go back to contest Kayak. And they're probably going to find this timing just as the gate crash starts to expire.
Yeah, puts pressure on the Kayak. Either take it or you renew another one. Spots the body.
Yeah, look, just as he has to throw out another gate crash.
Flash overhead. Layers down his retreat a little bit better. You're going to see another flash. Spawning bodies and looking to contest and contain. PRX though. Get out scot-free. Now you're seeing it. Cosmic Divide is going to be splitting up that site. Already a fast blood attempt is going to be called for. Alpha is in your face for Judge. Oh my god, man, he's caught out into the open still. Kayak looking to see if he can help them out. PRX! They obliterate them though. Util and Chronicle was looking to just contain up through mid. Not for much longer. Crashies. We'll have to concede this space.
And almost certainly concede the round. I mean, one of the weird things here is that Crashies, I'm sure he'd like to try to go for it, but the economy is still not in a great spot for Fnatic. Didn't manage to win the bonus, and then had a judge to work with here, and
okay,
it's a great shot onto Forsaken, and nobody else really trying to hunt him down. So Crashies is going to be able to escape with this one with the rifle in hand. I don't think Fnatic look that great when Alpha doesn't have a rifle or an op to play with. I've not really liked the way that he's been trying to play with the judge. Now in this round, something also hit a great teleport towards backside, and it just put Alpha in an impossible situation. But both times that they've tried to play with that lighter weaponry, it hasn't worked out. And PRX crawling back into this one. 2 rounds the gap. Every map has been on a knife's edge so far in this game. That's what you expect with 2 great teams. 2 teams that have placed deep at tournaments many times before.
Looking to drag it that a little bit further. PRX only trailing by the 2. Fnatic with a heavy group up, their money taking a tumble just as stated their bye last round.
This is a spot where Boaster might try to catch a teleport from something. They are ready to fight them on B.
Warning shot from the judge from Jing, looking to see if they can claim some of that space, but it's a wall up and over towards the top, and it kind of reveals the hand. Fnatic are stacking this.
Yeah, a little early from Alpha there. He thought the PRX were going to be committed really fast, really heavy. Instead, jumped the gun a little. The spike's making its way over towards A, but I think that's just so that Pac-Man can fake like there's a little bit of pressure there, because all of these players are still set up for a B re-hit.
Still danger lurking. On every corner, Kayak ready to try and respond. He has that rifle. And towards it, flash in your face though. A lot of pressure in through mid. It's definitely split up a lot of the bodies, but 3 still left to stand from Fnatic. Looking to try and put stop to this approach. Push coming through though. PRX not pushed back. It's a haunt. The double jump in. Jing! Goodness me! Absolutely filthy work. Rolls out the red carpet for the rest of the team to follow up on, and crashes with just the Sheriff. It's a nice shot to open, but PRX now just trailing by 1.
Really good utility pressure. C's came through into back halls, caught onto Boaster, and then there was a stun afterwards as well. So this, it may have looked like it was a Judge versus a Bucky, but the stun was just wearing off there on Boaster. They couldn't really get into a position and fire off that Bucky shot in time. This is what we saw, if you think all the way back really early on in the tournament. PRX played against Heretics. They won on this map 13-1, and a lot of it was based on that double duelist diving into the back of B site. It's really tough to deal with. You have a teleport that can go almost anywhere, front or back, towards halls. And then Jing's pathing can be anywhere as well. He could go with something, he could go the opposite side of something, he could go to heaven if he wanted. It is so tough as a side anchor to try to figure out what the pathing is going to look like from these double duelist dives. And then you have great util coming in from Forsaken and Pac-Man. Fnatic are losing their control on this map. It definitely looked like they were set up pretty after winning the second pistol. But now, might be seeing the difference between a team that's got some real depth in the strategy and depth in terms of scrim experience, match experience, and a team just kind of trying to wing it.
Yeah. Tale of two halves. PRX really feeling like they are in control of this one, even though they are trailing by the 1. Fnatic scramble together a bit of a buy here with the money. Operator in the hands of Alpha. Far back position though. This dimensional drift is going to be increasing the pace. PRX will take it towards them. Fnatic just exit straight out of there. Something, you want to go for this one? Surely not! Oh my goodness!
These ults have been criminal.
And a Nightfall on top. Look at the late claim towards the back of the side. Pac-Man is alone, by the way, and he's going for that peak. Swing anticipated. Hunter's Fury. Back pocket a crash. The plant is down. He's done damage.
Major opportunity for Fnatic here. Back
Wait, is
in.
8-9 now?
Jing, no. Judge. Oh, shut down.
Yeah, this should be 8-10. This should be 8-10. No way.
The complete denial of space. Fnatic now methodical, surgical, picking apart the players and picking apart the site. Divide. Playing well, but not this well. Cosmic Divide in your face, you have to give it up. Fnatic now. What a response on the backside of that timeout.
It is a big round for Fnatic to be able to get, but I think you can't watch that and not have questions about the way that something plays this. He comes dry out of his ult, no utility used, and just tries to catch Boaster while he's throwing down utility. I mean, that's got Alex furious. The information that he gathered was good as well. If he'd been able to bail, they probably still have full control of the A site. Can't be making mistakes like that.
Kayak. The operator flash in your face though. Just get away from that spot. Even go for the repeat as a flash. Adjustment, tries to snap to it. The body's there.
How much util got wasted there for Kayak? Like, he's playing you, right, to extent, but just too much util.
Here it is, different direction, and Jing, no dice, can't claim it. Kayak from under.
Kayak to save Boaster, that's good.
Divide just trying to take A lot of this space. Both no more bullets to really make a stand against it, but that stun rattles and it connects. Shorty, both bullets gone. PRX.
Yeah, this is PRX's round. 9-10.
Spike not planted. Chronicle and Kayak still with a small opportunity of intercepting somebody before they get there.
Seeing it, waiting for that util to come back online. Kayak trying to play the luck of the draw of a shot like that. Already backing away for the save. Fnatic gonna give this one up, and PRX are now one step closer to trying to draw it level.
I think Boaster needs more assistance anchoring in back halls there, whether it's from his own utility or whether they can get Kayak deeper into that spot with a teleport out.
Finished. My ultimate is ready.
Boaster just looks so overwhelmed in those kind of positions because, again, like I said, it's super difficult to tell what the pathing is going to be like for PRX. They explode onto the site and they can go from left or right side into back halls. Chronicle, though, with a lockdown, maybe Fnatic will be incentivized to play a bit more of a retake style on B. Kayak took so much damage from that, but did manage to get a freebie. Boaster, though, like I said there, is just under enormous amounts of pressure. I do think he needs somebody else to try to alleviate that to some degree. This time, Alpha is going to choose a different op position, taking it instead of Kayak as well. So bait and switch setup over towards B. If PRX want to end there, they're going to have to go through Kayak and still think about Alpha playing the Neon off.
Chronicle is going to be feeling that heat. What a flash and what a find. He was the player with a lockdown. Alpha. That operator wants to get reposted.
PRX really do cook with these flashes through smokes to set up Jing. They've got so many of them. It's something that he's amazing at.
Crash, he's desperate for that info, just spots it. Overstays it, but still gets out.
Spots a lot, but is worried about Art.
I was going to hear about it. The rumble here. Thinks he's being squeezed, going to be playing it close. Tug, we've seen his angle, get value. Stuns forward, Fnatic have responded. Players are waiting for it, and Crashes could be that playmaker! Time to deliver it. Just the one before the trade is through. 50 seconds left. PRX moving forwards now, seeking to try and at least split up this side. Plant down, committed.
Something relocates. Boaster moves forwards. Smoke, though, kind of cuts his options.
Yeah, that's crossfire setup still. PRX have options in this spot. A bit of spam for Forsaken. What a swing!
I don't know what Fnatic's doing. Just, I don't know. That Cobb is a little bit hard to defend with 6 dead. I would definitely agree with. Oh, look at
not to be removed, not to be outdone. And he's locking this one down for PRX to bring it level.
PRX need a little bit more of that, relying on that extra experience they have on Pearl. Look at that flash. Beautiful setup. They've got a couple of those over towards A main, and there's one through mid. Crashies did the best he possibly could from that fresh position. But the rest of Fnatic, not with quite the same kind of protocols as they hold angles for each other, looking to retake. Their retakes look really clean on the rest of the maps in the pool, but here, a little more unpracticed. And PRX rely on that, lean on that, and force Fnatic into a timeout. They also force the economy down the drain. It's a tough one. Nobody expected Fnatic to really be able to put up a fight here on Pearl. It's their permaban, the Alpha Neon tearing people apart, honestly. But PRX, the more we go, the deeper we get on this map, the more we're starting to see them pull out into the lead. And it's a good job, because we were talking about must-win maps. And Fnatic on Icebox, this one, the Des was talking about it, it is a must-win for PRX. They've been in these kind of situations so often when they're in a big final and something goes wrong. They can't quite get it over the line. The must-wins become could'ves and should'ves.
I think I'm going to spam only chat and then I'm going to stream, I think. I'm going to spam balance this entire game. I don't think I'm going to watch Lotus or Split. If it comes to Split.
Up to PRX to make their own destiny at this point. 10 to 10. The money is knocked down for Fnatic.
Trying to put Alpha in a position where he can take a fight and still have some level of backup. And Alpha, he does have the hot hand.
Jing's going to be looking to rain down some destruction. There's a full group up. PRX, they're going to be committing to this. Flash through, Boombot's there. Satchel's in the back pocket.
This star on site could be pivotal for Boaster to be able to play around. If he can get inside it and dominate it.
They're already in. Kayak is no more. Deep flank position. Fnatic need to get some value with this one, but a stun. It's not quite ricocheting, not quite landing. Forsaken under that pressure, but already his team going to be backing him up, helping him out. Something lighting the world on fire.
And another clean B execute for PRX.
Crashes can't even get it done.
PRX might win this match actually now.
Something as well. That'll be a confidence booster. Almost gets another Yoru ult online.
Both these comps are very similar. It's just they need to take risks with it. Both these comps are attack comps. PRX is just using their attack comp better than their defense, you know?
They need a timeout and they've just used one.
You know what I want?
Forsaken.
Yeah, getting flustered in a moment, I think. Forgot to buy armor.
Yeah, no armor whatsoever.
It's PRX up to 11, though. It's up to Fnatic to see if they can answer back. Stop the tide. Kayak.
Here.
Left guessing.
He's thinking about it. He's pinging it out so that Alpha can watch it. Try to put a little bit of spam. Recon confirms.
Ooh, and there's the damage.
That's really nice from Fnatic. Very good awareness, great comms from Kayak. And it's been the B execs really that have been the problem for Fnatic. This hold on A looks pretty good.
Forwards again. Sees just about
Oh, best skip back here.
What the hell do you do about that? With the judge in hand, here with the footsteps. My God, man!
Run.
From that kind of range, he's getting away with murder. PRX are all over this one now.
Oh, Crash is back.
It's a pick your poison situation.
He's alive?
He's barely there. Tucked down. Slim pickings with the help, but Fnatic are grouped up.
He's dead second arrow. Nope. Again.
Avoided. Goes both ways though. Divide! Lighting them all up. Back at the side, Kayak would love to save this gun, but that is a luxury he will not get.
Jing provides more of that magic that PRX are looking for. His entries early in the tournament were unstoppable, and here's an example why. The movement is so tough to hit. Look at him bunny hopping in through here, halting his momentum in midair as well. And then goes for the push onto Chronicle, anticipating that Chronicle was going to be backing up. There's a prime example of how you use the judge on the attack side. And things were tense earlier on for PRX, but now it's all smiles.
Yeah. Who's next? Round's flipped here, Dimensional Drift spots out Alpha, and he feels the need to try and step up and take that challenge. Ult's expended. Potential silver lining, but PRX can feel it. They can
Oh yeah, PRX has won this one. There's no way. PRX, they get 2-1.
Slinking around on the side here, full plan, committed. PRX have it. In through the back of the side with a flash and a swing and nades. They're trying to delay.
Fnatic split is mid play though.
Dimensional Drift with it. Fnatic are in as good a position as they've ever been. Crashes is on that
That KJ is a little bit weak.
Exit out of the vicinity. Could even get a little bit more. Patman.
Good damage to Patman. It's important.
Something straight back in and a nightfall as well. This is space given up, granted, and kills collected. Fnatic.
Wait. Kayak, Forsaken.
And And Forsaken the one to deliver it. The death blow potentially here on this map. And Forsaken
Yep.
drops his
I'm going to here, Jack, and I'm going to catch up with the game with day one.